I was born in Miami, Florida, and I had my mother and my father both in my life. When I was around 4 years old, my mother, she went her way, and my father was a single parent to me and my brother, my younger brother. And the lifestyle in Miami, it was very, it was hard. My dad he was around, but he wasn't around, and we were moving from place to place, and there was no stability there, because he had to work all kinds of hours to take care of the both of us. Then we came to Toronto when my dad had a brain aneurysm in '98, and things became a little bit more stable. I had my father's family in our lives, and Toronto was very different from Miami. But my dad, mashallah, he's a very family-oriented person. He's very grounded. He's very open-minded because he came here when he was such a young, at a young age. And it was interesting. Like I said, when I came from Miami to Toronto is when we kind of learned more about our father's side. My grandmother, his brother, his sister, they live here in Toronto, and my father, and myself and my brother and my uncle were the only ones there. My mom was gone, like I said, when I was 4, so I didn't really know too much about her at all. We never talked about her until like maybe 2 years ago. But it was nice coming here. You got the sense of family. You got the sense of, having the different kind of cooking and religion. Like my father's Jewish, so here and there for high holidays we'd go to the temple. I didn't have a religion, right? Like I just did what my father's family did, which was go to the synagogue on only high holidays. They do a Friday night, like it's called a Shabbat dinner. So we did that, which was a sense of being together with the family. But religiously, I didn't know too much. I didn't really understand too much. Nothing was ever explained. And because I wasn't actually considered a Jew in Judaism, because my mother's not Jewish, I never went to like a Hebrew school or ever went to any kind of classes or anything like that. I never converted. I had a fear when I was younger of death. And when my father was sick, I was 9, 10 years old. I would ask some kind of questions, but I didn't know. I believed that there was something, that I had to make myself believe that there was something, that he wasn't just going to be put in a hole and the world was going to continue on. But when I was in high school, I would have like kind of nightmares of death and stuff like this. So I actually signed myself up at a program called NCSY, and it's basically Torah classes on Thursday, and you learn about Judaism. And I went there, and I thought I needed some stability in my life too that would give me some kind of guidance. When I was in Florida, going back and forth, I dropped out of high school. I was just hanging out, doing all kinds of, crazy things, experimenting with my life. And I came back to Toronto, and I decided I really needed a change. I needed something with some kind of morals and values in my life that I didn't have prior to that. My dad was very lenient on a lot of things, and I got away with whatever. And I felt like, I know at 17 years old, I grew up, and I looked for something to have there, to fall back on. We learned about Judaism and stuff like that, but it never stuck with me. I wasn't serious. And then I met a sister in high school. They moved from Scarborough to North York, and it was her sister, and her brother. And they would speak to me. Like I asked, why do you cover your hair? Like I'm Persian, but my dad is Jewish, and, stuff like this. And she spoke to me about Islam. And, my brother-in-law also, you're in high school, guys talk to girls and whatnot, but he wouldn't talk to me. Like I would ask him questions and he would kind of shrug it off and he wouldn't answer me. And then someone told me, because Muslim guys, they don't talk to girls. It's a part of their religion. You shouldn't communicate. One thing leads to another. And I was like, wow, it's blown out of the water. Like it was such like a level of respect that maybe I wasn't getting before. So he took me to Islamic Foundation Masjid, and I went there for a conference they had for like reverts and converts, and I heard like some brothers and sisters' stories, and I was already leading. I had learned a lot. I was already leaning towards it, and in March of 2005, the end of March, is when I took my shahada for Islam. Like, I believed it 150%. Like, it was in my heart. It was something that I couldn't deny. It was there. And I was 17 years old, and my life changed from there. I saw things differently. I treated myself differently. I had more respect for myself. I had more respect for my father, for my family. Growing up without a mother, it was very hard for someone to give you boundaries and rules. And my father was always working, and, you know, I took things, I think, a lot more serious. I got back into school, and I had respect, like I said, for my body, for myself, for my mind, for what I believed. I stood up for something for the first time that was real. I learned a lot from Islam just because it wasn't really just a religion. It was a way of life. And my teacher saw like an improvement in me. My family saw an improvement in me. And, you know, my grandmother was really the only one that was very upset with my conversion. The world changed for me really like at such a young age. And then not too long after that, my father was leaving the country, and I had gotten married, and it was about a year later, and I moved out on my own with my husband, and, you know, I started working, and I was still in school. When I first became Muslim, it was a high for me. It was something like I lived for, you know. I could go to the mosque. I felt, you know, like the Islamic community, they kind of took you in. So when my family wasn't there for me, I knew I could go to the mosque, and I had this sisterhood. I had the P4E, and I had the P4E there. I can go there. I met so many people, and you just learn. Like, every day is a new learning experience. You're never really stagnant. Whether you fall or whether you continue, you're always learning, right? And I'm so young. I'm not even 22 yet. And I feel I have so much more like to gain from Islam. P4E is really about brotherhood and sisterhood for new Muslims. I had a time when I was very depressed, and there were so many things that I was lacking with in my life that were, I was slacking on my religion, and I was able to go there and be straightforward and say, look, Allah is my creator, but at the same time, right now I need someone that I'm able to turn to that's going to be there for me. And they were there for me. And they are there for me. To this day, I'm just getting through a divorce. And alhamdulillah, I know that at any time I'm able to come here, sit with a sister, a new sister, an older sister from whatever, wherever. And I feel like I'm at home. I feel like I'll be okay. I'm able to move on, go, look to the future. They're there to help me set goals for myself. And you know what? Whatever I need that I can do for myself, that's not a religious thing, they're there for me. La ilaha illallah, 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 ya Rabbi khudh biyadi. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah.